Today I want to talk about a 2002 movie. This is MORVERN, CALLAR, directed by Lynne Ramsey, starring Samantha Morton. And this is a Fun City edition that just came out recently, this past Tuesday. I got it on Monday, so I have plenty of time to watch it a couple times and go through the supplements. I'll show you the packaging first. I think you can pick up the eyes. This is the slip case, the eyes on the slip case, and this is the back of it. And then we have the actual release for the Blu-ray, more artwork, different artwork, and we also the inside, and we get a reversible option, reversible cover for the Blu-ray case. And then we also get a booklet similar to what Criterion puts out, with some very small letters to challenge my aging eyes. And so this is Fun City's, I believe it's about the maybe 9th or 10th release in the U.S. I've gotten Smile, and I've gotten I can count, and both of them are superb. This is another superb release, but Lynne Ramsey doesn't participate in this one, which I thought kind of surprising her as far as the restoration or any of the supplements. Last year, at the end of last year, Criterion released Ratcatcher, in which she did participate with a brand new interview. But they have a really good commentary on this edition, and I'll get to that later. But and it is a 2K restoration from a 35mm interpositive. The film looks absolutely great to me for a low-budget movie. It really looks beautiful. And the story is about MORVERN CALLAR. That's the name of the character that Samantha Morton plays in the movie, and the opening scene is of her face and a red light, red being very much part of the packaging, but also very much part of the movie itself, flashing on her face. And then we pull away to the long shot. It's Christmas time. This is not a Merry Christmas movie, but it definitely opens at Christmas time. So it's Christmas lights flashing on and off, and then we see a body next to her. And this is her boyfriend, her live-in boyfriend, who has committed suicide. She's laying on the floor next to him, and she is obviously traumatized. And the movie explores her sense of guilt, how she deals with her guilt. But Morven does the unexpected. And I mean, she does something in this film in the first 20 minutes I think is going to be a bit shocking if you've never seen this film before. And you wonder, who is Morven CALLAR? Why is she doing this? We get, and then we see her readjust to life. She is a supermarket worker. You get the feeling that she believes that she's living in Nowheresville, in a port, a small. I don't know how small the city is that she's living in, but it's it's a port city. So it's very much about class, the boredom of her life, the boredom of her job, and then she goes to rave parties, a world that outside of work is basically made up of alcohol and ecstasy and rather shady boys that inhabit her world. And it's a search for identity, and I think I was immediately, when I realized where the film was going as far as her response to the suicide, that we're getting a bit of a touch of Antonioni's The Passenger with Jack Nicholson, if you've ever seen that. And we even get a road trip to Spain. There's money around. And she takes her girlfriend, they go to Spain, but they basically find the same as far as MORVERN goes, she's finding the same world that she's been living in. Young Brits on holiday, and lots of drugs, lots of sex. And so they go out into Sergio Leone land in Spain. She wants to see the real. She wants to feel the authenticity. Again, also Antonioni's The Passenger was filmed in this area of Spain as well. And it's a movie about friendship. She takes her co-worker, her best friend, Lana, with her, played by Kathleen McDermott, who is absolutely superb in this film. Samantha Morton was a established movie actor, and I think nominated for Academy Award the year before. And you know, I remembered her from Harriet Martin in Kate Beckinsale's Emma, and she played Jane Eyre in Ciarán Hinds, I think was Rochester. So she was experienced, and but Kathleen McDermott wasn't. I think in the commentary they say she was a hairdresser, and she did appear for a few more years in movies, but she's absolutely great. She's so natural, whereas MORVERN is not. It seems lost in this world of that she's living in. Lana does not. She loves it. She doesn't really want to go anywheres, but and if she goes somewhere, she wants to do the same thing she's been doing back home. And I think she won some awards. She won an award, I believe, for Best Actress in somewhere, perhaps in the Scottish Film Awards. And then you have to talk about the look of the film. It's dreamy. It's impressionistic. Alvin Kukler, who was the cinematographer for Ratcatcher and Lynne Ramsey's early short films, he is absolutely a great cinematographer. I think he worked on some of Danny Boyle's movies. I think his work on Anna, a Joe Wright movie, Hannah rather, a Joe Wright movie that the movie version of Hannah was Saoirse Ronan. That is absolutely fantastic looking film, and certainly Kukler really does contribute to the look of these two first Lynne Ramsey's films, and he seems much in tune with her ambitions in which they sort of, there's very little dialogue, there's a lot of body movement. The viewer is forced to extrapolate the story on his own, the psychology of the characters. Nothing is spelled out. This is a kind of filmmaking where not a whole lot is spelled out. Abel Ferrara, I think, is mentioned as an inspiration, Nicholas Roeg. In the supplements, we get a video essay. This is by Chris O'Neill, where we see passages from the film, but it's so short, I just settled back in my chair and the video essay was over. It's pretty good. I mean, it's concise, gives you the themes of the film. But then we get a commentary by Alexandra High Nichols and Josh Nelson, and they absolutely love this film. They love Lynne Ramsey. Filmography. I mean, she's only made, in 22 years, she's only been able to make 4 films. This is her second, and we need to talk about Kevin, which I haven't seen, and then the movie with Joaquin Phoenix, I Was Never Really Here, I think was the title, a movie I really like. And if you like that movie, I think you're gonna like MORVERN CALLAR, because it really has the same kind of visual look to it, and also a character who is highly traumatized, and how he deals with this trauma within the world of basically film noir. And then and also they mentioned something I thought was pretty interesting, especially if you got Ratcatcher, if you've seen it, because the name of the character of the boyfriend who had committed suicide is James Gillespie, and one of the commentators points out that was the name of the character of the young boy in Ratcatcher. In the book, he does not have a name, and it is based on a book by a man a very stream of consciousness, I'm told, I haven't read the book, told, where Morven narrates it. It's a first-person narration. There is no narration in here, so she doesn't explain things for us, so we have to watch her and try to figure out what's going on in that mind of hers. And she, and they're big fans of Lynne Ramsey, so you're not going to get any kind of strengths and weaknesses. There are no weaknesses, but boy, it's a good commentary. I really enjoyed it. Then we get 2 essays in the booklet, one by K.J. Leith Miller, and as always, all these essays, they're these film historians and critics, some of them are absolutely brilliant. And then there's a essay by Margaret Barton Fumio, and she covers the music in the film. Now, there is all kinds of music referenced throughout the book, but it's not exactly the same music, I don't think. And Lynne Ramsey uses a lot of music by a band called Can, a lot of electronic dance music, but she also uses 2 songs, and you'll have to forgive my boomer, my boomer desires or my boomer nostalgia for music, that really run counter to the rest of the diegetic movie music in the movie. There is no musical score, but there's a couple of instances where Lynne Ramsey takes some pop songs from the 60s, fantastic pop songs. And one is Some Velvet Morning by Lee Hazelwood and Nancy Sinatra. I haven't heard that song in decades, probably, and that is an absolutely gorgeous song and beautifully sung, and Ramsey uses it very well in the moment that she uses it. And then she also uses the mamas and the papas. This is dedicated to the one I love, and which you know, and sounds great again in the context of the movie. So again, Fun City's MORVERN CALLAR, I think they knock it out of the park again. I highly recommend this film, especially if you like Ratcatcher or I Was Never Really Here. You know, I think this is one you're probably going to enjoy, and also if you like commentaries, this is a great commentary to listen to. Okay, thanks a lot for everybody who managed to listen. Comments are welcome, subscriptions are welcome, likes are welcome, all that stuff that I always forget to say. You guys take care.